right. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome, a big welcome to our first of many webinars. We're very excited to do this. I hope that you enjoy my lovely collection of animals. They will be helping me today. And yeah, we really wanted to share our experience of being freelancers. I've been a freelancer. I still am, in a way, doing freelance senior design. And obviously, Dimitri, you are literally living the dream. You're a freelance teacher, freelance designer, developer, and
Yes.
You are currently on a beach.
Yes, currently on the beach, drinking my pina colada.
Is that a pina colada? Okay, good. Well, it should be a Mai Tai, no?
Definitely. Something
Yes.
with alcohol.
So basically, we're really excited to see everyone. We've got a lot to go through, a lot of exciting things. If you have a pen and paper, please start writing things down. The recording of this will be available. But for those who have attended, there's a very special prize for you at the end, which is really good. If you are thinking of joining any of the boot camps and things, it would be very useful. And even if you're not, it'd be something worth attending. So yeah, we're very excited. I've got my co-host Dimitri. He's actually one of our teachers at Web Courses. For how long now?
Almost 1.5 years, right?
1.5. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was so quick, right?
Right.
And you'll be co-teaching the boot camp with Silas, everybody's favorite teacher.
Oh yeah.
We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us from Beirut, from South Africa, from the Gold Coast. So yeah, give us a quick shout out just before we get started. Give us a quick shout out on the chat. Where are you from? Where's everybody from? So we know a couple of the people, but yeah, do let us know where you're from. We're sitting in Bangkok. This is Bangkok right now. It's nice and warm, beautiful outside.
Cambodia, Alaska, USA. Wow. All around the world.
Nice, Alaska.
We got already from Golden Coast, Australia,
yeah.
Beirut, South Africa.
Yeah.
Stuck because of COVID.
Hopefully you can join. Jersey, Sean, awesome. Telford, nice. I know Telford. Not the most beautiful place in the world, but it's a good city. Houston, Texas, via Plunchit.
Oh, that's quite a detour.
Awesome, absolutely brilliant. All right, good. So like we said, we've got a lot of actionable stuff. You're going to hear a lot of stories, some real stories. You're going to hear a lot of actions. So as a teacher, I will be giving you homework, and Dimitri will be making sure you do it. He loves traveling, so he will actually come to Jersey and Telford and find you.
Yes, everywhere.
All right, good. Okay, so we're going to go through the 10 steps of making you a freelancer. Now, one thing I want to say before we go too far on this is not just about web. If you are a graphic designer, if you want to be a social media manager, if you want to be a digital marketer, whatever it is, this is us sharing our tips and tricks and stories about how to do it. So we would love to hear from you during the session. If you have any questions, my friend Dimitri here will be helping me run that. So the idea is this is all about starting your career as a freelancer. With COVID, it's horrible, but it gave us a very interesting opportunity to see what skills are useful online, because now we have to work online. So a lot of what we're going to be talking about is about those skills and about how they can help you. All right, now let's have a look. So first of all, we're going to look at web design. Web design is what we know, and web design is a wonderful stepping stone for anything else because it brings a lot of things together. So we want to talk about that. We want to talk about you if you fit the bill. It's not for everyone, right? I'm not the best freelancer. I survived. I will tell you some stories of, you know, for example, my first project, I was paid in pizza instead of money. So I completed the project and I was like, okay, could you pay me that £50? And the guy was like, pizza. And I was like, £50? Pizza. I need £50 to pay my rent. Pizza. So that didn't work best for me. I want to tell you how you can fit the bill. Make sure you don't do the same mistakes as me. And I'm a big fan of steps. All right. Not the band, although they were pretty good. Do you know steps, Dimitri?
No. Am I too young for this, or is this too British?
All right. Where's Mark? Mark and Sean, you're in the UK. Do you remember steps, the band? Come on. Come on, men. Come on, brothers. Come on. Don't leave me hanging here. Come on. Don't leave me hanging. Steps. Oh, that's showing my age now. All right. So 10 steps on being a freelancer and what you need to do. And what I want you to do with that as well is make sure you go through each step. One of the most important things we need is a story. You need a story to be a freelancer, and we want to talk about that when we go to it. And then right at the end, we have a very, very special offer. Very kind of one of our teachers to offer her time and her expertise. So we're going to talk about that at the end. Stick to the end. If you get to the end, you get the prize. All right, good. So, Mr. Dimitri, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit, my friend?
Yeah, so I'm actually from Germany, even though my name might sound a bit Russian. But that's because I was born there, moved to Germany, and then I moved all the way to Bangkok.
So you're half Russian, half German?
Something like that, yeah. My passport is German, so I'm officially German. Yeah, and
your
since
password
I moved,
is German, or your passport?
Passport.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Only use German passwords, yeah?
Yeah, that's an easy one. And yeah, since I came to Bangkok, I actually starting right away, almost as an instructor at the Web Courses Bangkok. And that allowed me to build a bigger freelance portfolio than I ever thought. Just this one step for me. And since then, and before that, I was always like on the way, because I'm like in between two countries. I always was kind of everywhere. I always wanted to see the world. And well, as a freelancer, you can kind of do that, right? You're not bound to just one place. Yeah.
Nice.
And
so you've been to 30 countries. That's brilliant.
I mean, I try to count them, but I run out of fingers. And then after 20, numbers are difficult. And actually in Germany, I studied engineering, but I never did anything in engineering field. So that shows you again, you can be a freelance web designer. It doesn't matter what you did before. It's a pretty cool thing. You can start it from any background.
Yeah,
that's what I like about it.
I think you were working on a project for our agency while at the beach or something one time. Have you ever done any projects from a beach hut?
From a beach? Nah.
No?
No, not beach.
Have you?
A bar? No, usually like a coffee shop. That's like a good place to work.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you can concentrate in a bar. So
I've done it on a beach once.
Really?
Yeah, and actually, it's a true story, this. I met a German guy, and he was drunk. He was very nice.
Yeah.
I've told this story before, actually. And so, true story, he was German. And he was living on Koh Samet, and he would only work 2 days a week, Monday and Tuesday. And then he would say, yeah, and since I drink from the Wednesday to back to the Monday again, yeah? That's my worst accent. I won't do it again, I'm sorry. But what he did, he was making about 200,000 baht a month, just doing social media managing for 5 clients. And he was charging them 50,000 baht each. And he was just posting. And what he would do, he would just schedule everything on Monday and Tuesday. And then he would just post throughout the week. So it looked like he was working. And he had a great time. And he was just trying. I don't know if he's still there. If you are, hi. So these are some of the stories. These are some of the stories we want to share.
Yeah, that's what we do. Yes.
All right. So I'm Carl, originally from Manchester, England. I came over here 14 years ago because I was kidnapped by my now wife. And she said, after 20 years, I'll give you your passport back and you can see your family. So hi, family. I hope to see you again soon. But yeah, I came to Thailand and I'd been a web designer for many years, since I was 16. So that's going on 24 years. Oh my God, no, 22. Let's just say 22 years. I've been a web designer. And when I got over here, there wasn't really a tech scene. It was very individual. There wasn't a real school. There was no one passionately trying to educate people and to create really high quality designers. So I thought, why don't I do it? Yeah, something I really wanted to do was set up the school. So I founded the school, and luckily my wife joined me because I'm an idiot, and I left a whole course worth of money on a bag on a wall. So Dimitri, we got paid from a course, and then it was in a bag, and I was waiting for a taxi, and I got off, and I forgot the bag, and it was about 40,000 baht. And then my wife was like, "You're an idiot. I need to help you." So luckily, my lovely wife, Taya, she came on board, and she's my co-founder. And I've been the senior instructor ever since. My skills tend to go towards UX and CX. So that's user experience and customer experience. So that's what I love doing. That's what I do as a freelancer as well as being the senior teacher. UX now is very hot, and it's part of the first course. It's part of the very first of the boot camp is where it is. So yeah, 22 years of experience. Oh my God. Have I got more hair in that picture, Dimitri?
I don't know, three more?
3 more hairs, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you, mate.
Sure, welcome.
I've been teaching for about 18 years. Anybody who knows me knows about my bad jokes. And I have 37 years in that. So yeah. Dimitri, what kind of computer can sing?
This joke again.
Dimitri, what kind of computer can sing?
I know the answer. Should I say the answer?
Yes.
Adele.
See, oh look, the chat's going crazy with all the laughs.
Yeah.
Come on, everybody. If you thought that joke was good, give us a laugh. Give us a lol. Come on, people. There you go, Sean.
We have
there
555.
Sean. We like Sean. Okay. Psy.com, really? Really? That's probably available.
Probably not.
Anyway.
By the way, for everybody who doesn't know Thai, 555 means basically in Thai, ha ha ha. So,
yeah, so number 5 is ha.
Yes.
You go ha ha ha. That's funny.
Yeah,
excellent, guys. So what we want to go over today is just a little bit about why web design, why now. It's pretty obvious, really. But one of the big reasons for web design now is you can do it anywhere. I have literally done web design in a little internet cafe in Phuket. And I want to tell you a story about this as well. So I was a freelance designer as I was came to Thailand. And there was one time my mother came over to Thailand. She got arrested when she arrived, by the way, Dimitri. Did I tell you that?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, my mum got arrested because she bought lots of cigarettes coming into Thailand, and they knew, and then when she arrived, they arrested her. So I was on the phone, was like, "Mum, which gate are you at?" And she's like, "Darling, I've been arrested." And I'm like, "Mum, stop joking. Where are you?" She's like, "No, seriously, I've been arrested." So yeah, don't buy cigarettes coming into Thailand. Well, not 200 as she did. Anyway, so we went down to Phuket, and one of my clients got on the phone and he's screaming down the phone going, "Get back up here now, get back to Bangkok, fix my website, it's broken, get on your computer." And he thought that I needed all my computer to fix it. But all I did is I went to a local coffee shop and downloaded Notepad, actually Notepad++, I don't know if you remember that, fixed the code, saved it, and went back to the beach. So I was able to do that. Also, I built a website called webjobsthailand.com while I was in the hospital on my phone, just having a checkup. So I built it on my phone. So web design is a wonderful, wonderful place. If you want to become a developer, you would become a UX or whatever. And also it just helps you make money. So Dimitri, have you ever been asked to do a quick website for a friend?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah. So yeah, that happens a lot. And that's why it's important skill for now, because, we're in COVID, we need to be able to be very agile, work from home or work from a coffee shop or wherever it might be. So web design is super important, super useful, and that's what we want to talk about today. Yeah. Has web design helped you, Dimitri? Has it helped you sort of learn anything when you've been doing sort of typical web design?
Yeah, sure.
See, that's a good German accent. That. Thank you, co-host.
Yes, sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, never ask a German/Russian person to co-host with you, or you get answers like yes, sure.
See, I'm supporting.
Right? Is that you, Dimitri?
That's me. That's me posing.
Where
Waterfall,
are you?
Thailand, Nonthaburi or something. Like if you go north of Bangkok, there's like this national park.
Nice.
Really
nice.
Beautiful place.
All right. So, can you tell us a little bit about this, maybe, Dimitri? How is it that you have to be detail orientated if you want to be a freelancer?
So the thing is, with being a freelancer, right? You kind of work directly with your client. So you kind of have to make sure that when you present to your client, that you pick up every small detail that might be misaligned, misadjusted, right? Because suddenly you're not working for anybody to check your work. Your client checks your work, and that's the one that matters a lot. So you have to be very detail oriented to catch those small mistakes, backups.
Yeah. Do you like one thing that people say? If you have, I mean, if you really have OCD, that's obviously very bad. But if you are very like, if you see like a color wrong or a tile wrong, that's actually a good thing for web design. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you think you're like a bit of OCD, can you raise your hand or say hi? So, if you're a bit of a detailed orientated person, let us know. Serpo, what's up, mate? So Mr. Serpo, he's raised his hand. Excellent. Cool. So yeah, anyone else? Anybody else? A bit of a detail freak? Freaky. Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
3 people. Excellent. Good. That's good. So those people are definitely going to be. Muslim. He's raised his hand. Excellent. Very well done, guys. Next one. Analytical. So you need to be able to look at information and really see what people are asking for. Often clients will ask you something that doesn't really make much sense. So it's really, really important to be able to sort of see, what they really, really want. So you have to be a little bit analytical. Yeah, I remember once I had a client, he was selling like mobile phone covers with like bunny rabbit ears to like teenage girls. And he was like, yes, and I'm not going to do an accent. I want my website to be like blue and sand and gray color. And I'm like, dude, if you show that to girls, they're going to hate it. I'm not saying it has to be pink, but those colors, boring. So yeah, you have to be a bit analytical. Logical and creative thinker. Are you a creative thinker, Mr. Dimitri?
I would like to think so.
Are you logical?
I would like to think so too.
Is anybody in the room a logical or creative thinker? Or both? So put your hand up. We've got 2 people. Serpo. I reckon Serpo's everything. He's good. Yeah. Both. Oh, so Storm, you're both. Is that right? I'm a creative thinker, and then when I get it, I'm then logical. That's what I like to do. Yeah. Excellent. Cool.
Creative and critical. That's also good.
Creative and critical. Yeah. For more on the logical side, developing my creative side.
That's good.
Okay. There's a certain herb that helps you develop your creative side. I shall not say anymore. Following trends. All right, following trends. This is something that kind of, I think, super important. Like, Dimitri, do you have any websites that you like looking for trends on?
Oh yeah, all the time. Like in Medium is like a really good source to just figure out what's happening in the industry, what is currently new.
Yeah.
There's also Behance. Like especially if you're a designer, like looking at Behance or Dribble and just checking out what new designs come out, what are the differences, where's the direction
now
going.
put in the chat, I'm going to put producthunt.com. I'm also going to put in, I think it's land-book.com. Those two websites, guys, check them out. I've just put the link on. Those two websites are really good. Product Hunt is amazing to see what's going on. Super, super useful. Great to follow trends. The next one is Good Communicator. If anyone's ever played, Street Fighter as a game, clients tend to be like this. They kind of like gradually build up power and then go, "Hi-ya!" So you have to stop them building up rage. Best way to do that? Just email them, contact them, message them, call them, talk to them. What I find a lot of freelancers do is they kind of go, okay, I'll build you a website. Ta-da! It's finished. And then you show it to the client and the client's like, Ani alaya, what is this? And you're like, website. And they go, no, I don't like it. Website? Pizza. So best way to avoid that is communication. So how often do you think you should communicate with people, Dimitri?
Twice per week.
Nice. Twice a week, 3 times a week, every day. More, I would say twice a week is bare minimum. There's nothing wrong with emailing a client saying, still working on your project. Product Hunt, what was the other one? Land Book, Kim.
Oh, you sent only to panelists, Carl.
Oh,
I didn't see that. You have to change. Right, to show panelists and attendees.
Sorry, Kim.
I didn't see that. I'm sorry.
There we go. Cool. I've got everyone now. So yeah, a good communicator, super important. Just say hi to your clients, you know, talk to them, and that will really help you. So if you find yourself not wanting to talk to people and stuff like that, don't be a freelancer. You can be maybe a freelance developer, you know, just to, because, you know, you can talk to people on chats and stuff like that. But if you find yourself really struggling with communicating with people, you're going to have problems with projects. So either get someone to help you or, yeah, try and communicate better. Patience. Oh, yeah. Clients you really, really need to have patience with. And also yourself. I was very, very lucky to interview a student of ours called Dan Reynolds. Shout out to Dan. And he was almost ready to give up during the boot camp. He was not patient with himself, and he kept, you know, looking at the other people and comparing himself. And I was like, dude, man, you're doing really well. Chill out, be fine. And he did. And then he landed a job at the UN. He landed a job he set up his own agency, and now he's a product owner for a chocolate company, or doing UX and UI for a big company. And he loves his job. He's in America. He's safe at home. He's working from home. And so, yeah, you have to be really, really patient with yourself. Lastly, self-learner. Can you talk about this for me, Dimitri?
Yeah. So when you're a freelancer, there's nobody to show you anything, basically, right? Yeah. So even if you finish the bootcamp, you think you're a really good web designer, well, that's actually where the fun starts, because then there's so much more to explore, and to stay relevant in the field and to specialize as well, you got to build the ability to look for new information, learn that new information, build up your skills, specialize.
Yeah, excellent. And some of the great things is when you're when you're learning all of these new things, it's normally just through trying to fix problems. So I would also add a problem solver onto this. Lastly, guys, if you want to be a freelance web designer, if you do not have grit, like you've got to get something done and you just get it done, don't be a freelancer, because you have to push through the hard times. And it's super, super important that you can just go, look, sorry guys, I can't go drinking tonight. Sorry wife, I can't love you today. Whatever. You just need to sort of sit down and get it done. My advice, lo-fi beats. In fact, I'm going to get the link for that for you. What do you listen to when you're working guy. So can you let me know if you've had to do homework or working from home or whatever you might need to do, put this on. Let me know in the chat. Do you listen to any music while you're working? What do you listen to? Extra points for any death metal fans. So let us know in the chat. What do you listen to when you're working? What do you listen to? Because I tell you, music helps with grit. Car music from Nitesh. Yeah, Nitesh, check that out. Children of Bodom! Silas! Oh, Silas! Hey, Silas! Lo-fi hip-hop. Mark, you've got good taste. Mark, need silence. Kim, oh, silence. Silence deafens me. It scares me. Children of Bodom, brilliant. Kim, if you ever want to have not silence, check out Children of Bodom.
That seems like the opposite of silence.
What do you listen to, mate? Dimitri, what do you listen to?
Yeah, actually, I also like
Not
lo-fi.
me.
I like chill step. And sometimes when I feel energetic, drum and bass.
Drum and bass? Prodigy! Sean,
Ooh,
my little fire
I
sound.
like those.
Sean, my little fire. Nature sounds. Does that mean like when you fart? Is that how a nature sound is?
No, birds chirping.
Birds farting.
Chirping.
Chirping. All right.
Yes.
So Victoria, Victoria, where are you? You're in Morocco, is that right? Nice. Nice. We're in Morocco. So she must have like crashing waves as well. All right, guys. So one of the things that we want to talk about now is a little bit about some of the skills that you need to do. Empathy is, what I mean by that is knowing what people really want, knowing what the customer really wants. Also is understanding that for customers as well, it's kind of stressful having a website. It's stressful to trust someone else to build it. You know, it can be quite difficult. So having a little bit of empathy and say, look, I understand that this is new to you. Don't worry, we're going to do a really good job. So yeah, putting yourself in their shoes and understanding their new needs is super important. For example, Storm did a great job with our marketing because she knew that I was stressed because I was doing so many things. So often Victoria, who's we work with, and she's an old student as well, she will say to me something that just makes my heart jump. She's like, I've got this. I've got this. So her way of dealing with me as her client is, you know, understanding that I'm a busy guy and say, look, I've got this, Carl, don't worry about it. So yeah. Next one is communication. Again, communication. Every time your client tells you something, just double check it. Say, hi, so you want the website all pink. Just checking, you want it all pink, right? So yeah, any time, Dimitri, have you needed communication to help you get out of stuff?
Oh yeah. With the current project, actually, there's a lot of communication going on just to figure out what is the client exactly looking for, like what is their idea of the website, and then try to communicate their idea through the website. And that's really difficult sometimes to figure out, and good communication will help you to make it smoother.
Man. For sure. Teamwork, oh God, so important. What we mean by that is, ladies and gents, you need to be able to like pass something on, right? Teamwork is, for example, I'm a designer and Dimitri is a developer. If I pass him a design that's really badly made, Silas is probably, Silas is a great way of doing, you know, talking about this, is if I pass him a really bad design, it's just going to mess everything up. So that's one of the things that we really need to sort of think about when you're doing teamwork. So even if it's doing a marketing campaign, if you're doing an Excel spreadsheet, if you're doing a Google Doc, just make sure it looks nice. So if you passed it on to someone, they look at you and go, wow, thank you. It's really, really good. Can you talk a little bit about patience, please, Dimitri?
Oh, patience, such a big topic. You have to be patient with yourself, because not everything gonna work out the first time maybe, but also you gotta be patient with clients in general, because when you wait for content, for example, can take a long time, when you have to communicate again and again with the client just to clarify things, or when they suddenly change their mind, they want to add more things to the website, well, that's when you have to be patient and again, communicate with the clients and everything will solve.
Yeah, nice one. Creativity. Now, I've been asked a lot about this with creativity. I've got a tip for you, right? Creativity is never forced. If you have to be forced to be creative, you can't. My advice to you, ladies and gentlemen, is start having a mental toolbox. What I do is I'm always going to different websites just out of my own time. So if I'm, forgive the thing, if I'm on the toilet, I'm just going through not just Facebook or whatever. I'm looking through product torrents, I'm looking through Landbook, and I'm putting these ideas in my head. Like once, if you join one of the boot camps, there's a very specific design that I did that was actually based on the tiles of the floor, right? Victoria, you'll probably remember this. So one of the websites was called Happy Cafe. In fact, I can send it to you now, guys. So is it Happy Cafe BKK, right?
Yep, .com.
Yeah, bkk.com. Yes. So Happy Cafe BK. Oh, sorry. Happy Cafe BKK.com. If you go to that website, the bottom of it is actually the tiles of the floor from our school. So I took a picture and I put it in the design. So creativity can really come from anywhere. Take a walk, have a shower, have a poo, whatever you need to do, but don't be forcing yourself to be creative. You can't force creativity. It comes from the space between starting and done. It's somewhere in between there. All right. So, all right, Dimitri, can you tell me about, have you got any problems that you've recently sort of fixed that helped you?
Oh man, so many problems. You are basically, as a UX UI designer, you're basically a problem solver. Because,
Yes.
for example, CRM, customer relationship management software, right?
Mm.
This page doesn't look nice. The people that work with this page cannot gather the information. They cannot see at a glance what to do with this page. Solve this. Make it nice. Make it so on one glance it's clear where this current inquiry is at. All right. Yeah. And that's when you have to kind of put on your thinking hat, put on your creativity, and try to lay it so out, think what's important, what's not so important, and then, well, solve the problem for the client so they can work with the system better.
And also experience, like if you've solved a similar problem before, it helps. Yeah. Really works with WordPress. I mean, Silas is one person I really respect because he's constantly just, oh, I've had this problem before. So like Silas, if you have lots of problems, you're a good problem solver. Ladies and gentlemen, oh, right, let's get to it. Come on, let's get going. Right, so one thing I would like you to talk to me about is just before we get going, can you tell me in the chat, is there anything that's been stopping you becoming a freelancer? Is it fear? Is it money? Is it COVID? Is it your mother? Diarrhea? Whatever it might be, just let us know in the chat what has been stopping you. If there's anything that you feel that has been holding you back from starting a freelance career. And that doesn't have to be web design. It can be basket weaving, teaching, anything you want. Yeah? All right.
Technical issues? What kind of technical issues?
Yeah, what kind of technical issues, Colin? All right. Well, unable to pick interest niche.
Oh, that's the difficult one, yes.
Right. Well, for Colin, let's listen to him when he tells us what technical issues. But for Sean, mate, can I recommend you do a sort of a matrix of this? So put in all of your interests, right? Then give it a score from 1 to 10 of how much energy it gives you, right? If you did that, how much energy would it give you back? So there's sometimes that you have an interest that, let's say, for example, it's gold. it might give you lots of money, but it might not give you lots of energy. But if it's working for sustainable companies, it might not give you much money, but it will give you lots of energy. So there's a lot sort of going in between that. So please have a look at that. Second thing is the resources you have available. So do a 1 to 10 for that. Do the sort of like your knowledge, things like that. And then talk about sort of like money. I mean, will you be able to make some money from this? So have a look at those 4 things, give it 1 to 10 for each of your interests, and you'll be able to start to sort of see what works. So for me, I didn't want to be a UX designer. I like teaching, but it's what works for me and it's what I love doing, and it gives me lots of energy. Yeah, so I think one of the things that might hold a lot of people back is 9 to 5 jobs. They're hard because you know, at 5 o'clock, you're pretty tired. And that's why I would say you need to sort of choose something that you're really interested in and have lots of fun with. A great idea to find out about if it's right for you, go onto Facebook and type in web designers group or digital marketers group, and then go in there and just say things like, look, I'm looking to start in this. I don't know if it's for me. Can you talk to me? And you'll get so much help, trust me. A lot of people in there. Now, advanced WP, that's hard. We have a course on that, a boot camp actually, and it was very, very hard to find. Luckily, we're going to be starting to run it soon. But advanced WP, it depends on what way you want to go. With WordPress, you need to think about whether you are going to go the marketing route, the design route, or the development route. So have a think about that. All right. Right. Okay. So now what we're going to do is get to the steps. So this is what I want you to do. Number 1, like I said, think about what gives you energy. If it is design, do that. If it is talking with clients, you might be project management, or sales. If it is development, then you've got front end and back end. Front end, is it going to be interesting when it works on the front? Back end is if it's got development and stuff. Also, you need to think about whether you like running the type of freelancers, or do you want to work in an agency? So always think about what gives you energy, not just money, because you're going to be in a long run for this. So please do it. All right, good. So basically, like front end is making it look pretty and making it work, and back end is making it work. So what do you think about step 1, Dimitri?
That's a good one.
It's a good one. Thank you, Dimitri.
That's a good one.
You're amazing. So number 1, so write down now, right? So write down now, design, build, and sell. Good. Okay. So first of all, Colin, you need to have one before that, which is finding out what they want. So a little bit of UX on there. So you can need to do sort of like analysis as well. So put that in there. Now, I love the idea of selling websites. That's very, very interesting. So with regards to that, have a look on Facebook for a group that's about flipping websites. Number 2, define your own brand. So Dimitri, what's your story? Can you talk about this for us?
Well, my story is I'm a freelance web designer and teacher. That's my story. So I want to be known as the go-to guy when it comes to, hey, I need a website. So people approach me and hopefully I will build them a website.
Now you're an all-rounder, so your story is all-round.
It is, yeah, because I actually started some back-end development, went to some front ends, did it for a little bit, and then since I came to Bangkok, started actually doing UX UI. So I guess I have basically the all-around functionality in mind. So when I design, I already know that there are gonna be some styling later on in the CSS that I need to think about in the design already.
Yeah.
So.
My story is that I love to do the marketing side of things as well. So I'm building my story to my clients is I want to build you a website that helps you market your business better. However the website looks, doesn't matter. It matters more of what your customers feel about it. Or if you're branding, you love telling stories. Maybe you want to tell stories through branding. Maybe you want to help people grow through social media and you just love using social media. You find it easy to come up with stuff. So if you just say I'm a web designer or a social media manager or a graphic designer, you're going to be up against the rest of the world. But if you have a story that you say for example, our story at our agency is we only work with sustainable businesses. So we care about the world that we're designing for. That's our story, and it just makes sense. Like, okay, if you're a really corporate person, you might not use us, that's fine, because there's a lot of sustainable businesses that will. Find your story. That's where this comes in. Pick a niche. If you know, let's say, for example, your family's in the building trade or the palm tree trade or whatever it might be. So, Colin, is there anything that you're interested in? Is there anything like specific that you do? Is there anything specifically that you like doing or you've been, working with or anything? Use that as your niche. So the idea is you can start to work around that niche and you'll know it well. So we've had people doing our course who used to, I remember one guy, he's got a very successful agency now. He was an ice cream man in Gothenburg, right? We've had someone, Ramon, he was awesome. He did lots of things with elevators. Victoria, she knows hotels. You know what I mean? So you can start to work around what you do. So let us know in the chat if you have a niche. Lead generation, right? So lead generation for small businesses, mate, you're going to need to learn sales funnels and things like that. I would recommend using things like Extensio. They've got a user thing which is very, very useful. Use Extensio to create a profile of your ideal customer. Number one is you need the skills. You need to be able to actually do stuff. So can you talk to us a little bit about this, please, Dimitri?
Yeah, so WordPress is kind of a big deal nowadays on the internet. Almost 34% I can read that all websites use WordPress nowadays. And from all the CMS, it's almost 60%. So WordPress is like a big deal. It's everywhere on the internet. And your clients, they've probably worked with WordPress before, and they probably know WordPress already. So it makes sense that you also use WordPress and you design or develop your website with WordPress so your clients can actually transition easy into the new site as well, and they can start using that. And there's just lots of information on WordPress in general.
Yeah,
so that's a really good.
Yeah, I mean, the great thing is you've got so many wonderful tools. Like Colin, please check out GetResponse. GetResponse is really, really good. You can also do lots of landing pages on WordPress. I would say WordPress is better as a home, and then for campaigns, lead generation, like what Colin was talking about, is getting people to say, I'd like to call you about your service or a meeting or whatever. Then these are the type of things like GetResponse, lead pages, and also lots of plugins for WordPress can help you. So lead generation is just specifically that. The next thing we need is a portfolio. I'm very passionate about this, guys. When you finish the bootcamp with us, one of the most important things I do is I help, through my network, I help you find work. I help you find projects. The problem is if you don't have a portfolio, no one will hire you. And that's why in the course, you build your portfolio. With this presentation, you're going to see some of the presentation slides in a minute of example portfolios that our students have done. You need to show, not tell. You need to show people what you've done, not tell them. How do you do that? A portfolio. Most importantly, when you put a project inside your portfolio, tell them why. Why is it that color? Why is it responsive? Why is it fast? How did you optimize it? What was the problem you were trying to solve? Your clients are actually just as interested in how you solved the problem as how it looks. So your portfolio is about you as a problem solver as well as a designer. All right, so it's my big advice on that one. UX UI, Dimitri, can you talk about that for us?
Sure. So UX UI, kind of a big deal nowadays. UX came like since last 5-10 years, gained a lot of popularity, and that has a good reason. Because with whatever you design, you want to think about the customer of your client. You want to design effective websites that actually lead them to success.
Yeah.
So just having one client and just building them any website, well, that's one payment that you get. But building a website that can generate them a lot of customer, well, you will get also a lot of customers from that client as well. So that kind of builds up your network as well, and you get just a lot more value.
So user experience for those who don't know is just how and why it works. So is it easy to send an email? Is it easy to answer a friend? Is it easy to get a quote? UI is the design and also how you interact with it. So user experience, if you like asking questions and you like how things work, you might be a user experience designer. The way that you work the way that you dive into that is just start looking at what you're using and like, is that good? How does that work? Why is it like this? So for example, if you're this sort of thing, is that useful? Is that good? Whatever it might be. Design wise, you need to start thinking about how things look and how things work. Is the typography nice? The fonts and stuff. Good. 7, build your network. How do you start? Friends and family, my friends. Friends and family. As soon as you start your career as a freelancer, leverage your own network. Your old boss, your friend, your mum, your dad, your auntie, your uncle, your dog, your cat, your hamster, your goldfish. Tell everybody who you are and what you do. Lead them to your portfolio. You will find work. Some auntie or uncle, distant relative will say, oh, I just opened a bakery. Could you do me a website for my bakery? I'm like, yeah, I could. You know what I mean? And from that one, she will then tell a friend who maybe has a factory that she orders from for the bakery. So the network will grow. Just get those first projects. But what I would say is, after you finish something like a boot camp or you want to get into digital marketing, web design, just tell people what you do. You know what I mean? Just say, hey, I'm a web designer now. I can do social media. And tell your story, and then you'll be fine. Yeah. How did you find your first project, Dimitri?
Well, I kind of asked people around.
Yeah.
Because I just started doing some, coding, and I just knew that there were some small startups in my university in the course. They were just trying to build something. I didn't know how. It's like, hey, I can do this. I can help you. And yeah.
It's got 2 thumbs and can build websites.
Yes, exactly.
Love it. Good. Now, yes, here's very, very important. Now, nitty gritty, what do we mean by that? When you're doing a project, it's very important to just be clear, right? So you just align with your client that you're building this, all right? It's very, very important. If you skip that, things go wrong. We did that recently. I did a website for a friend. We skipped this and it turned out to not work very well. And I've been doing this 20 years. So, ladies and gentlemen, all you have to do is use so many templates available for like web design templates, SEO templates. There's something called a service level agreement, an SLA. There's a work orders. There's lots of these templates that you can use for free. My advice is just type in web design proposal, Google Docs. Type that in and you'll find something. In the course, of course, we've prepared it all for you. So you've got all of the ways of doing a rough quote. You've got doing a macro brief, a micro brief. It's all prepared for you. So you've got, and then we've also got lots of templates around, very, very, very importantly, is a client service agreement, CSA. So client service agreements, they're not hard. You just have to say, I'm building a website. I'm doing this. And anything that you see in these templates, just Google it, guys. Just Google it. If you therefore this started, which sometimes these can be like that. Just Google it, right? You'll be fine. So how has a contract ever helped you, Dimitri? Has it ever helped you with the project?
Yeah, to have a contract is really helpful because just thinking that there is something backing up what you agreed upon. It's very helpful, especially with with the current client that we have, an agency. Just pointing to something that we agreed upon helps a lot, not to come up with so many new ideas that they might have in the future that they want to add in the future, but just sticking to what you agreed and just moving the project forward.
And also, it just helps you feel confident. Like for me, I like a contract because I can go tick, 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 boom, tick, tick. That's a song from the 90s. Where's Sean? I bet he doesn't know that. I bet he's going to leave me hanging. Tick, tick, tick. Never mind. Right. Show experience, then find clients. If you want to go to a restaurant and you order food and then they can't give you the food, but they say, how did it taste? You'll be like, huh? If you want people to buy from you, you must prove to them what you can do. Show, not tell. How do you do that? It's through your portfolio. So it's very, very, very important. And then, oh, Kim, thank you, Kim. Catch you later. Yes. Join us later. We've got more on the end. We've nearly finished up. So what you have to do is show experience and then find clients. Because if you start to try and get people to buy from you and stuff, then it's going to really, really hurt you if you don't have examples. And try and get examples from different things like hotel websites or whatever. So must show your experience. Right. Lastly is just go for it. My advice is start looking at some free courses online, right? Have some idea of what you're getting yourself into first. Also, look for jobs. Look at the skills that they're asking for and Google them. If someone says back-end development using Node.js, Google it, right? If they say contextual search, Google it. If they type in user interface and design systems, Google it. There's loads of these stuff that they'll say. We just need to tell them how to say it. And there you go. Go for it. Is that right, Dimitri?
That's right.
Nice. All right. Okay, guys. So let's have a look at this. Let's just do a quick recap. Number one, right? Who are you? Are you the right person? Are you detail orientated? Are you grit? Do you like learning on your own? 2, define your brand. Who are you? Why are you doing what you do? And what do you do that gives you energy? Because if it does give you energy, you'll smile when you're talking about it. And that is very important. I love teaching. I love what I do. And you can see that. If I was here like,
yes, I really think that being a freelancer is very interesting.
You're not going to enjoy it, right? So when you're a web designer and you love solving problems, or a graphic designer, social media, whatever it might be, just make sure you know your brand. Pick your niche. Try and work with what you know. You can expand later, right? I'm not saying that you turn down things because you've never done it. But if you start with horticulture or selling cars, whatever it might be, stick with that first and go with it from there. Practice WordPress. How could they practice WordPress, Dimitri?
Building websites.
Nice.
With WordPress.
Yeah. There's lots of tools for doing that. Jump on wordpress.com just to get a feel for it. Set up a little blog about your cat, you know, Pringles. If you've got a cat called Pringles. You've got a cat, Dimitri, right?
In Singapore, not in Bangkok.
Oh, okay, okay. Who's got a cat? Any hands up? Put your hand up if you've got a cat. Any cat owners? Oh, Storm's got one. Look, you see?
Serpo's
Other cat owners. You see, no, Dimitri, like, there's actually more people who've got cats, but they just refuse to put their hand up.
Yep, they're just like the cats, lazy and sleepy.
Now, here's a question. Dog owners, who's got a dog? I wish I had a dog. Come on, dog. You've got a dog as well, Storm. She's probably got a pet zebra, knowing her as well. Yeah. All right, good. It's raining now in downtown Bangkok. Oh, no. Next one, build your portfolio. Make sure you explain why and how you did each project. Don't just show pictures. Show why and how. Make sure you have a good about page about the story about you, because as a freelancer, they're hiring you, not just the product that you're building for them. They're hiring you. They want to know what it's like to work with you. All right. Now, next thing is dive into UX and UI. Jump on to figma.com, all right? So figma.com. Jump on there and just start playing around. My advice is, even if it's a website or an app, look at the website here and then just start to copy the website using any software, MSN Paint. I don't care. Just start to copy something and you'll learn from it. Next one, build a network. How do you build a network? Again, Dimitri?
Knowing people, getting to talk to a lot of people, telling them what you do, going to events, super useful. Yeah.
And being helpful. If you start being helpful in Facebook groups, I've got tons of work from doing that. You know what I mean? So if people are asking about whatever it might be, you know, you can go from there. Learn the nitty-gritty. Get deep into learning how to just get things finished, guys. It's going to be hard work, but you can do it. Then you have to show your experience to be able to find clients. And lastly, go for it. Just try it. Really, really, really try it. And that's super important because, you know, if you don't try it, you'll never know. And like Dan's journey was, I think, two or 3 years, or maybe even 4 years long. There was a few other people. It's going to take 1 or 2 years for you to really get on your feet. But when you are, you're going to be so happy. Now, the question is, do we have a secret? What is the secret to Web Courses Bangkok? Well, luckily, it's our teachers. So this is my son, Brian. This is my wife, co-founder, and that's her and me. And this is 2 pictures of Dimitri because obviously he's more important.
Yes.
Not sure about that. Not sure about that, Storm. Why I only get 1 piece. So what I did is I put 3 people in my photo. I support my family as a freelancer, ladies and gentlemen. Dimitri does that. He's got a lovely girlfriend he's taken care of. And so being a freelancer, you can have a really, really good life. I ended up being able to start a school after being a freelancer. So it's very, very important. Your secret sauce is, again, about your story and thinking about that. Let's talk a little bit about the success stories. So this is Ping and Amir. They did our course. They are now traveling around as nomads. They actually met on the course. I know you were dating. I knew it. And they're absolutely lovely people. Ping and they're both lovely people. Amir, I don't know if you're in this call, but wow, you shout out to you, man. You worked so hard, as did Ping. And now they work really, really well together. And they've been featured on many digital nomads. So this is actually a post from them. So absolutely wonderful. Oh, Nitesh, previous slide. You wanted to previous slide. There you go, Nitesh, my friend. Okay.
I think he meant the pictures.
Yeah.
You wanted to see the pictures, maybe.
Oh, no, the 10 points. He said the 10 points.
Oh, okay, okay.
There you go, Nitesh. That's for you, my friend.
Screenshot.
Yes.
We're going to share the slides as well.
Yeah, we're going to share the slides. Cool. T here. He's now. I love T. I don't think he knows he's going to be on this. Bless him. Yeah, he again worked really, really hard. One thing he loved about our boot camp was he saw the passion of the teachers. He really saw how we really care and really push. And Joe, I think Joe's on here as well. Joe was in his group as well. Joe was another person who worked really hard. I loved about Joe is he really tested us. He really asked us the questions. And one of the things I'm proud to say about Web Courses Bangkok is we know our stuff. We really live and do what we do. Dimitri is a great designer and developer. Silas is Silas. I'm not saying anything about him. I'm fed up of talking about him because everyone loves him. And I don't know why. I'm the funny one, Dimitri. Why does everyone like Silas?
Right, maybe it's not about that.
Why does everyone like Silas?
I don't know. Silas is just a good guy, I guess.
Joe, why do you like Silas? Come on. Victoria, you're one of our students as well. Come on. What do you like about him? He's so chilled. Nick, he's so chilled. Yeah.
Yeah,
he's from Nepal.
Totally agree.
It's the air. It's the Bangkok air. He's used to it being up on the mountains, you see. Silas is so smart. My God. Well, anyway, so Salis is one of our other teachers. And if you join our bootcamp, you'd love him. Please have a look at some of these websites, ladies and gentlemen. Please have a look at them. Ocean to Design from Morgan, Dan, obviously there. Raz, he's still in Bangkok as well. Gao back in the UK. Lorenzo's in Italy. Vesuvio Bangkok was done by Ning. She's one of our top students. I don't know. Yeah, that's T's website, the second one. And Zach, he's from the last group, and he's amazing.
The last group, yeah, he's now helping us.
Yeah. So one of the things you'll find from the bootcamp as well is a good community as well. So yeah. So lastly, and I was confirmed there's only 2 spaces left, so we changed that just now. For the web design bootcamp starting next Monday, there is 2 spaces left. So if you are thinking of doing it, please do join. So let us know. And there's about 6 places left for February as well. So 1st of February, there's 6 places left of 10. We only have 10 people maximum. Why do we do that, Dimitri?
Because then we can focus on each student more individually. Yeah. So, I mean, we could have a 20 people's class, but
that's not
nobody will get personal attention from us. It's going to be a warm room, very stinky, smelly, and everybody will have a question, and we're just going to be trying to solve everybody's problem and not really be able to help everybody. So capping it at 10, we make sure that we actually focus on the students that we have and help them building the websites, their portfolio, their clients' websites.
All right, guys, I've got a question for you. All right, little question. Imagine this. Let's say you do a bootcamp or whatever. Let's say you learn web design on your own. Let's say you become a developer or designer or whatever. Where would your dream office be? What country? Tell us in the chat. Where would you go? If you could go anywhere, forget COVID, where would you work from? Would it be, where would you work from? What country would you work, or what place would you work from? Let us know in the chat just before we finish. What's your dream of being a freelancer, that ability to work from anywhere in the world? Because it is true. As long as it's half decent Wi-Fi signal, you can work from anywhere. And with your phone, you can do it literally from anywhere. I've built more than a few web sites in a taxi. So let us know, guys, where would your dream place be? Where would you love to work from? Me? I like co-working spaces. You know what I mean? I really like working spaces. Where would you work from, Dimitri?
I really like coffee shops. Just sitting down in the coffee shop, having a coffee and just chugging out something. Yeah, that's really cool.
Nice. All right. So here it is. Oh, Pattaya. Pattaya would go from Pattaya. Yeah, nice. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end, and this is what we want to give to you. We want to give you a social media crash course. Can you talk a little bit about that for us, Dimitri?
Yeah, so if you want to have a crash course in social media, well, today is your lucky day. We're going to offer you a crash course that is valued at 3,500 baht, which is how much US? Expensive, right?
All right, good.
And 10 US dollars. Oh.
It's my son outside, unfortunately. Hold on, in fact, I might get him actually. Hold on.
Oh.
There he is. So, this is why I'm a freelancer. Hello. Hello, baby B.
Hey, baby B. How are you?
This is Brian. This is my son. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen around the world. And he's wondering what's happening. So that's why I work from home. That's why I'm a freelancer, is my little son here gets to have his daddy whenever he wants. So if you want to be able to take advantage of this offer, please try and book within 7 days of the course. If you're already on the course, you will get this for free anyway. So thank you so much for joining us. Are you gonna say hi? Hi, say hi. Sawasdee krap.
Hi. Say hi to me. Hi.
And say hi to everybody. Wave, everybody. Can you wave to my son? Raise your hands. Say hi. Hello, hello. So this is baby Brian. Oh, he's got something in his pocket. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for our very first webinar. We hope to do more. We really hope that it's helped teach you a lot of things. Yeah, we really want to be able to sort of give you lots of tips and tricks and links and stuff like that. So if you're interested in there, please stick around.
Can you go back one more slide?
Yeah. So if you have, it's over to you now, guys. Do you have any questions for me and Dimitri and baby Brian?
Carl, can you go back one more slide?
Go back one more slide, yes.
Yeah, just to clarify, so this one is a 2 hours one-on-one online coaching to help you plan your social media marketing strategy and how to market yourself as a freelancer. But this is only available for if you book within 7 days after today.
Yeah, so it's one-on-one. That's amazing. So you get
it
to
is with Storm, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Storm is good.
She's the So guys, please, please ask us some questions.
Yes, and the next bonus is the same, basically within 7 days as well.
Yeah.
These snails don't have a body.
The snails don't have a body. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, these snails. This.
All right, guys. Good. Okay,
Any
guys.
questions?
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you very, very much for joining us. Yeah, we will see you soon. Oh, question for B. Do you like Daddy's jokes? Like that? Yes. You just said yes. Yes. All right, guys. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much.
See you around.
Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Thanks, Mojo.